Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a message that I received, and the message, it reads like this. Brother, how are you? I was a stripper in Joburg during my university years. My husband does not even know. My brother, please keep my identity behind a thick wall. If my husband's family here in the Free State ever hear about this, I'm pretty sure that they will find a reason to force my husband to marry again, or they will just bury me alive. My name, you call me Naledi. I am a 33-year-old woman and I live in a nice home with my husband, but my heart feels like a desert. There is nothing anymore. Sometimes I feel as if my heart died a very long time ago, and this it is because I have been trying for a baby for the longest time, but it is not working at all. I have tried each and every herbal remedy that I heard about on social media can assist you to fall pregnant, but it is not working. I have tried different types of charms, even going to a sangoma, but still there is nothing. I seem to be unable to fall pregnant for my husband. My husband, he says that he loves me, but now it is no longer making sense with the things that he's saying. He told me that it is better that I have two wives. At least I love you, but then I can have another woman who will give me kids so that my father's family name can continue. Brother, let me take you back. It was in the year 2012. I was only 20 years old, a student at a top university in Joburg. My parents back home thought I was studying day and night. But the mistake that happened was that I became friends with this other girl. That girl, she always had money on her. So whenever I was broke, I would go to him, borrow me money. I'll give you some when I have something. And then she said to me one day, I am tired of giving you money each and every time. How about I teach you how to make money for yourself? And then I said, okay, it's fine. You can teach me how to make money. So, Brother Nashi, that was when I started working with this girl. We would go to different clubs. She did not start by teaching me the kind of a job like that she was doing, like slowly but surely, she started teaching me different types of hustling skills that I needed to have as a woman. And later on, I then realized that she was someone that was a stripper and she was working with the Nigerians. And my parents, they did not even know that there were days when I would not even go to school anymore because I was concentrating with what I was doing. I had gotten a bursary and my bursary had been cut because I was not attending school each and every time. And I was even into drugs. And I had a friend who had made me to take drugs and going with me to different clubs in your sentence. And we went there to be strippers. I started stripping and I just wanted to have a lot of money. When you are still young, you don't think much about the future. You think about what you can have now. Like now, that is all that matters to you when you are young. I was chasing the fast life, thinking that I will be able to catch it. I did not know that you will never be able to catch the fast life that you are chasing, and many before you have done the same thing that you have done as well. If someone had told me, Brother Nashi, I was going to walk away, I was never going to do it, but because I am a woman that love things, I kept on pushing myself, even making more money than what my friend was making. So we would go to class and go to the club by 9 p.m., living a double life. So I was young, I was beautiful, and men, they usually want someone that is new on the market. So the money that they would give to me was the money that I would use to buy nice fancy stuff for myself, including textbooks as well. So I thought that I was honestly in control. Then in my final year, I met a Nigerian guy. He was 68 years old. He was a Nigerian man. I still remember that he was dressed up in a white suit. I was like, yo, this guy is an old type, dressed up in a white suit in a club. So I tried to dance for him, tried to do everything that a normal stripper will do to get money out of a man. He then whispered to me and he said that he wanted company on that night. He was willing to book me for a full night. And I said, what if you're going to kill me? He said, if I book for a 5-star hotel in Rosebank, how about that? And he said he was going to pay me 20K if I agreed to get into his vehicle. And then I went to his car after my shift. With the door open, I said, give me the money first. He gave me 20,000 upfront. At 22, being given 20,000 to sleep with a man, yet I had been sleeping with other guys for free. This felt like I had been given 1 million. Honestly speaking, I thought that this was it. I had finally arrived where I wanted to be. I did not know that I was a lamb that was taken for a sacrifice. If someone had informed me earlier on about rituals, I guess that in that year you were not yet reading these confessions, Brother Nashim. If I had met someone who had told me that people, they do rituals, I was going to run away from this guy. So when we arrived at the hotel, what was strange was that the girls at the front desk, they knew him, and I was angry at him. And I said, oh, so you use this hotel to sleep with different women? Ne? I was bored actually, because I thought that I was special to him since he had told me that I was a special lady. We did not talk much. We went into the room and he did not even touch me at first. I screamed. I was naked standing in front of him. He just was drinking his wine, looking at me. And then that was when he gave me a glass with wine to drink, and then I started to feel dizzy. This wine that he gave to me, I forgot the name of the wine, but it tasted like honey. I had never tasted wine that tastes like sweet honey before, like real honey. And then I felt dizzy after that, a strange kind of sleepiness that was not natural fell on me. I fell onto the bed. That was when the nightmare started. I could feel him. He started to touch me. The moment that I started to doze off, I could feel that he was busy touching me. And when I would try to wake up, he would be like, sleep, babe, sleep. I want you to sleep. And then I would go back to sleep. I then started to have like weird dreams that I could not even understand. I had never had such a weird dream like that in my entire life. When I was on the bed, that was when he came on top of me. I saw that behind him there was a snake. There was a huge snake that was behind him. And when I opened my eyes in my sleepiness, I saw that my Nigerian blesser, he was no longer on top of me. But what was on top of me, it was a snake, which I think it could have been a massive python, because there is no other snake that I can think about that was as big as that snake was. So it was right there on top of me. It then started to lift me up with its own tail. It lifted my bums up, and then it wrapped itself around my waist, and then it started to lick my nipples all over my body. And I felt a wonderful sensation, and it started to lip on my stomach, right where my womb is, and it was licking as it was licking me on my stomach. Honestly, I felt that my womb, like it was even responding to this snake as it was licking me. I don't know how to explain it, but I started to have like massive contractions, but they were not painful. It was me enjoying this licking that was happening. It was something that had never happened to me ever before. When I woke up the next morning, the Nigerian guy was gone. There was just a stack of money on the table, and I saw that my handbag, it was wide open. I was like, son of a bitch, because I thought that he had stolen my money, the 20K that he had given to me. To my surprise, the money, it was there, including another stack of cash that was on the dresser. So then I took it and I said, oh, I don't know why. Maybe we made love so much that he enjoyed. Maybe I was drunk since I had a little bit of alcohol that I had taken when we were still at the club. So, Bronash, I finished my degree, I quit the club, and then I met my husband. I met my husband in church. He does not have any single idea about my past life. I met my husband, I'll change the dates and say that when I met my husband, it was in the year 2016. My husband is a good man. He is a Christian. I'm also a Christian because I gave my life to Christ again. He's a traditional man. He always told me from the time when we started dating, he was like, honey, and I said, yes. And he told me that he wants a big family. And I honestly thought that I was going to give him as many kids as I could give to him. So after we had gotten married, the lobola had been paid, the cows had been slaughtered, the celebrations were done. And then I could not have a baby 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. There was nothing. I started to panic, Brother Nashim. I started to go to different gynos here in Joburg. They would do different tests and they told me that I was healthy. My tubes were clear. There was no medical reason as to why I can't fall pregnant. But then I started to think about my past. One night, I had a dream. I saw this Nigerian guy. I saw him. He called me and then I went to where he was. In my dream, then I started to cry, like I was crying really loud. And I said, I want my children. I want my child. Why did you steal my kids? So in my dreams, it was as if I have been giving birth each and every year, because from the time that I slept with this dude to the time when I got married and then I started to pray and I had that dream, I saw a long line of kids that I had given birth to, and these were being harvested by this Nigerian man. I woke up screaming. My husband asked me what was wrong, as this Nigerian whispered to me in my dreams and he said that I gave you money and you gave me your fertility. And I woke up, I was screaming. My husband asked me what had happened, what kind of a dream I had. I lied to him and I told him that I just had a nightmare and I had forgotten the dream. I could not tell him that I had been with Nigerians. Now I am 33. My husband, he is patient, but he is saying that even though he is patient with me, he loves me, I am like his first love, and he still wants me. But he sat down. He told me that when he went back home to visit his mother sat down with him, and then he said, as a man, you need to have children. Why are you not having kids? Why can't you make Naledi to fall pregnant for you? What is going on? And he said that he tried to defend me as much as he could in that meeting, but his family have decided that it is far much better that he takes a second wife. When he told me that this is what the family has decided, they want him to take a second wife, I started to cry, and he told me that there is no need for me to cry. Everything is going to be okay. He loves me. But you know, man, once a man starts to think about it, he will end up doing it. Even right now, I have a feeling that maybe my husband he has already impregnated someone out there. It is just that he does not want me to know it as for now, but I have this weird feeling. I just feel it in my soul that my husband has impregnated another woman out there. I'm 33, I'm childless, and my husband is complaining. He's saying that it is time that we have a baby together. I am desperate. I have gone to different prophets. I have gone to different healers. Wherever I hear that here there is a healer that can assist you, I go there. And sometimes I even wear a mask so that people does not recognize me. I once went to a sangoma and I was regretting soon after that. I was like, as a Christian, you are not supposed to consult. And that sangoma told me the truth. And he said that he was seeing in his mirror that there was a time when I slept in a hotel. He asked me what I was doing in a hotel. And I was open with him and I told him that I used to date Nigerians when I was in university for money. And that man said that, so the Nigerian is the one that stole your womb. This man then said that he wanted money. I paid him, but I could not fall pregnant. I need someone that can assist me. I am tired of just spending money on different people that give me all of these promises, and then at the end of the month your period come, you crash, you start to cry, and at the same time your own husband is telling you that he is thinking of getting married. I have a question. Should I allow my husband to find another woman? If I do that, will I have peace? I've been thinking of finding a woman that I can pay, even if it is a foreigner who will come work for me as a maid and she become my surrogate. There is no one that is supposed to know about this. I will let her sleep with my husband and I will pretend that I have fallen pregnant. And when this girl or any woman that I would have looked for, as long as she's someone that even does not have papers to be in South Africa, when she is pregnant, I take her somewhere far. Then when she has given birth, I send her back to her country after paying him a huge amount of money. Then I get to keep the child so that I can cover up and people can think that it is my child. If I do something like this, I have not yet approached my husband, but one day we once watched a movie and we were playing around with that idea. My husband asked me and he said, what do you think about women who end up doing something like that? Do you think that it is too much of a sacrifice to allow your husband to sleep with your maid? So I could not respond to him because in my heart I was even thinking about it, but at the same time I do not want him to know that I have been planning and thinking about it. When you post my story, please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. I need advice. I feel as if this is the final solution that I can have. If you have a sister from Zim that is light skinned, because I am a light skinned woman, my husband as well, so I would prefer someone who is more like me and my husband so that it won't be suspicious. Please don't tell me about the legalities of it. There is no legality to consider when you have your husband about to be stolen away from you. You can do anything. Please help advise me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. If it was you, will you end up doing the things that she is saying that she is thinking of doing to get a maid who is going to be impregnated by her husband? Then she will say that it is a child. Let us speak with him in the comment section.